This is a record of what that transfer actually cost and what it bought. Not a highlight reel, not a tribute, a sequence of decisions made by people who had no way of knowing how they'd end. The player's name was Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Everything that came after, the trophies, the records, the number 7 shirt, traces back to a set of choices made before any of it was possible to predict. Ronaldo was born February 5th, 1985 in Funchal, the capital of the Portuguese island of Madeira. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener and, separately, as the kit manager for a local club. His mother, Maria Dolores, worked as a cook. Money was tight throughout his childhood. This part of the record is not contested by any account, including his own. At around age 8, he joined Andorinha, the club where his father worked. It was not a professional academy, no formal scouting infrastructure, no elite coaching staff, just a local youth side. By his early teens, he'd moved to CD Nacional, one of Madeira's larger clubs. It was there in 1997 that Sporting Clube de Portugal, one of the country's biggest clubs, took notice during a youth tournament held on the island. Sporting's youth coordinator at the time was a man named Aurélio Pereira. Pereira watched Ronaldo play twice. That was enough. He recommended the club sign him immediately. Sporting paid £1,500 to bring the 12-year-old to their academy in Lisbon, roughly 500 miles from his home on Madeira. For context, it's a smaller fee than many amateur transfers involved today. Nobody involved treated it as a significant financial commitment. It was a low-risk bet on a promising kid. What it demanded of the kid was a different matter entirely. Ronaldo left Madeira alone. Pereira later described in an interview years afterward how difficult that adjustment was. The boy struggled to settle in a large, unfamiliar city without his family nearby and went through an extended period of visible distress in his first months at the academy. He also had a strong Madeiran accent, which set him apart from teammates raised in and around the capital. Several accounts, including from teammates at the time, describe him being mocked for it early on. None of this is disputed. What's less commonly reported is how he responded to it. Sporting's academy had a policy at the time: no weight training for young players. The stated reasoning, according to Pereira, was to let players develop physically at a natural pace rather than force growth. Ronaldo reportedly ignored the rule and trained with weights at night without authorization on his own initiative. Whether or not that detail is fully verifiable in every retelling, the broader pattern, extra, unsanctioned training outside the club structure, is consistent across multiple sources close to the academy. At 14, following a conflict with a teacher who reportedly dismissed football as a viable path for him, Ronaldo left school entirely to focus on the sport full-time. It was a decision made jointly with his family, and one that closed off every alternative but one. By 2003, Ronaldo was in Sporting's first team. To mark the opening of their new stadium, the club scheduled a friendly against Manchester United, then managed by Sir Alex Ferguson. Friendlies are, by design, low-stakes fixtures. This one wasn't treated that way by everyone in the building. Ronaldo, 18 years old, played the wing. Over 90 minutes, he repeatedly beat United's defenders one-on-one. The final score was 3-1 to Sporting. What's documented from that night is this: United's players, on returning to Manchester, reportedly pushed Ferguson to pursue the signing. Ferguson himself has said publicly in later interviews that he left the stadium already decided. Within days, United and Sporting agreed a fee. Reported at roughly £12.24 million, it made the 18-year-old the most expensive teenager in English football history at the time. Ronaldo, by his own account, initially requested the number 28, the number he'd worn at Sporting. Ferguson offered him the number 7 instead, a shirt with a specific lineage at the club: Best, Robson, Cantona, Beckham. He accepted it. The player who arrived at United in 2003, was not yet the player people remember today. Early reporting from that period describes a winger reliant on dribbling and step-overs with an inconsistent end product. That's a matter of statistical record, not opinion. His goal returns in his first 2 United seasons were modest by the standards he'd later set. What changed over the following seasons is well documented. His shooting accuracy improved, his physical conditioning changed his role on the pitch, and his goal output rose sharply from the 2006 to 07 season onward. None of that happened automatically. Multiple teammates and coaching staff from that period have described extended additional training sessions, a pattern that notably matches the one first reported from his time at Sporting's academy. The results that followed are on the record: Premier League titles, a Champions League win with United, a move to Real Madrid, further Champions League titles there, and a run of Ballon d'Or awards across 2 clubs. None of this was inevitable. At several points in this sequence, the £1,500 transfer, the decision to leave school, the friendly that could have been an unremarkable 3-1 loss, the outcome could plausibly have gone differently. That's true of most careers people later call inevitable. It's rarely true in the moment. What the record shows is a specific sequence. A scout who watched a kid play twice and made a call, a family that agreed to a fee smaller than most transfer decisions get today, and a 12-year-old who spent his first months in Lisbon by multiple accounts in visible distress and stayed anyway. The rest is publicly available and widely covered. This part, the part before any of it was certain, usually isn't.